Taste the heavenly bread and the cup of life, and see, and see how great the Lord is.
Hello everyone, this is Seminarian Joseph
And Subdeacon Nick.
and on day 6 of our trip to St. John the Compassionate Mission, we're going to talk about the 4 pillars. And those are community, liturgy, diaconia, and study. So first, community.
Community is something that the mission strives each day to bring to everybody in the mission. They strive to bring a sense of unity and welcome to everybody there. And it's interesting because not everybody there necessarily wants community. I went yesterday morning for breakfast and I grabbed a cup of coffee and I saw a gentleman sitting in the corner by himself and asked him to, if I could sit down and talk with him. And he said, well, you can sit there, but I'm antisocial and don't want to talk. And I said, I like silence, that's fine. So we see some people rejecting community. But there is a sense of community because you really get a sense of belonging, and most people belonging there, and people get attached to each other as people come in and out of the mission, and they grow relationships from them.
And on the second we have diaconia, which just generally means service. And I think service permeates the entire day. When you get up early in the morning, there's a special service to get up at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to go over there and sit up for breakfast and do the services. It's a special service to serve the poor, even when, as you said, sometimes they don't want to be served, and to have them serve each other, because it's central to them. The way they do meals is that they serve the meals to everybody, and then they hand it to each other. They're serving each other the meals, and of course the services of the church. Services, it permeates everybody, not just us, but also the people that are being taken care of as well. And so the next one is liturgy.
Liturgy. There are every day in the chapel at the mission there are church services, matins, vespers, and the divine liturgy itself is something very important that those who are willing to go to the services, pray, and reunite themselves to their God and understand exactly what it is they're doing. But one of the main things is that not everybody who walks into the mission has to go to the liturgy. So there is a give and take there, that it's always open and welcome, but there's no forcing the faith and the liturgy on anybody there.
And so the last one is study. And I think study is really important because all of these things that we talked about require an understanding of why you're doing it, an understanding of the context. The liturgy without context makes very little sense. Trying to build a community without an understanding of why you're building a community makes almost no sense. Understanding service, if you don't know why you're serving, you haven't studied what your actual goal is, what you're trying to accomplish, then study without study really makes no sense. So to have an understanding of the reason why you're doing these things, the why of these 4 pillars is really found in the study aspect of it. So to bring it home,
these 4 pillars make up a kind of roof over the entire mission. And if one pillar gets too strong or is missing, the whole thing is off kilter and can fall over. And that's something that everybody strives very hard to keep in balance, because when one thing is out of balance, things go very wrong. So trying to keep focused on the liturgy and keep focused on the study and the service and the community, all of these things in harmony bring out the wonderful, grueling, and very opposite ends of the spectrum work of the mission. And with that, good night.